Today is the anniversary of the walking across the Edmund Pettus Bridge. And I think we should all take a moment to reflect upon what our ancestors sacrificed for our voting rights today.
Hello, my name is Kimothy Walker, and I attended the Civil Rights Excursion last year in 7th grade to walk across the Edmund Pettus Bridge, where I experienced what our ancestors had to go through to gain the right to vote. And to me, it was very impactful because it showed what we had to go through and how they had to do it.
Hi, my name is Brooklyn Edwards, and during my 7th grade year, I traveled on the Civil Rights Excursion to walk across the Edmund Pettus Bridge. Tomorrow marks the anniversary of Bloody Sunday and the horrible Sunday that my ancestors were brutally beaten protesting for their voting rights. Knowing that they fought for our rights and our right to vote makes me imagine me being on the bridge, walking there on that day, facing adversity and facing those police officers head on. Now reflecting, I am grateful for their sacrifice and their resiliency to be able to get hurt and still have the outcome be successful. Now, at the ripe age of 18, I am able to vote for whoever I want to run this country without any other distractions or any other challenges stopping me from doing that. Thank you, and thank you, ancestors.
Hi, my name is Nigel Choice. Last year, I won the Civil Rights Excursion and won the Edmund Pettus Bridge. How it felt walking on that bridge that my ancestors walked across felt really good for me, and I really appreciate them making the sacrifices for me for my voting rights.
My name is Mr. Gadsden, and I was fortunate enough to travel on the Civil Rights Excursion, walking across the Edmund Pettus Bridge. And what that meant to me was tremendous as I reflect on this year being an election year and what our ancestors had to go through and what they fought for the right to vote and for the right of to be participants in a participatory society. I really felt the energy of our ancestors. It was a solemn experience, and when we got to the other side of the bridge, I can't really say it was like a weight was lifted, but it was like a certain sense of calm and serenity. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I kind of felt the energy of our ancestors at the same time, and it was a beautiful experience.
Hi, my name is Kyle Wilson, and I attended the Civil Rights Excursion, and I felt honored to walk across the bridge that my ancestors walked across to fight for our voting rights.
Hi, I am Elijah Rawlings. I'm an 8th grade scholar who attended the Civil Rights Excursion last year. We walked over the Edmund Pettus Bridge, and for me, I experienced that to see to relive my ancestors walking over that bridge and getting holes down and beaten, and like made me feel stronger as a person. And it just like I relived the stuff my ancestors did when I wasn't there, and made me seem like a better person now.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Martin, and I had the privilege of walking across the Edmund Pettus Bridge on our global excursion. And what an amazing experience it was. When I thought about the Bloody Sunday and having our scholars and staff walk in that moment, it was as if time stood still. To know that our scholars learn about it in textbooks, and then they're able to just walk across the bridge to bring all of the learning to life. My goodness. Our global excursions here at GLA are so meaningful. Our scholars are afforded the opportunity to travel the places that they study day in and day out.
Hi, I'm Mr. McKnight. I traveled on the Civil Rights Excursion with the 6th and 7th grade class, and I had the opportunity to walk across the Edmund Pettus Bridge. It was a very emotional time for me. It was so surreal, and just to share that moment with the scholars and having to watch it on the video prior to, I was actually overwhelmed by the whole event, and actually felt that I was there. So I shared that moment.
Hey everybody, it's Miss Blanding Choice here. When I think about some of the excursions that I've had the opportunity to travel on with some of our scholars, I must say that this particular one stood out differently. Walking across the Edmund Pettus Bridge was something that I'll always remember. I feel like it really represents the perseverance of our ancestors. It represents their consistency with leaning into our struggle and trying to do something about it. And I can't even really describe my feeling that day. I just felt like I was literally standing in history. And I'm just really thankful for the impact and the results of that Bloody Sunday, giving us our privileges and the right that we have to vote so that our voice can be heard as a people.
Hey everyone, I'm Mrs. Powell and I am the 7th and 8th grade Global Studies teacher here at Global Leadership Academy. And thinking about Bloody Sunday and what it means to us and the anniversary of it coming up, we just remember that we're honoring our ancestors and all of the strides that they took to make sure that we are able to have the rights that we have today, right? So the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was the end goal of that march, and being able to vote as a woman or as a man is something that's important for us in society. And just remembering that on and walking across the Edmund Pettus Bridge is something that we as teachers and GLA scholars were able to do, and taking that time to reflect upon the strides that came across just walking across or even marching across that bridge for our freedom. So walking across the Edmund Pettus Bridge was a breathtaking experience. As you're walking across, you begin to reflect on our ancestors taking the exact same steps. Honoring Senator John Lewis as a part of his fight was a major contribution to what this walk means for scholars here at GLA. So I encourage you, please continue to educate your scholars on what our ancestors did to make sure that we have these rights. And don't forget, even if you're over the age of 18, go out and vote.